there, David?
6 months.
6 months. And so you do the night shift, from what I understand, the night shift?
Correct.
Right. And so why do you need a nighttime security guard?
It's not in a bad neighborhood, Your Honor, but, you know, you just want to make sure everything is secure, because everything in there is very expensive, and the things that are in the dwelling cost more than the dwelling itself.
Irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable, yes. If something is missing or broken or whatever, you can't replace it because it was 1850.
What was your routine as the night watchman? What did you have to do?
Well, detail-wise, she told us that, you know, we had to check, always make sure that the windows were shut, locked, the doors were locked. You know, I had a basic routine around the house and just making sure that everything was locked.
And then, so what other rules did she have?
Some of the rules she implied on us that we couldn't have any entertainment, no TVs, no internet, no music.
Really?
Nothing.
No, because I'm trying to keep it true to fact. And if you have all that modern stuff in a museum, it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't.
I know, but if he's the night watchman, why can't he bring, I understand you're in college, right?
Yes.
And you're paying your way through college. This is a part-time job. I mean, you remember when you went to college, you're working.
Yes, of course.
Why couldn't he bring his like, did you have a special room or a location where you sat after you?
Yeah, there was a specific place that I like to sit down and study, and so I have my laptop sometimes, but she...
You wouldn't let him bring the laptop on his desk or anything?
Your Honor, the reason I didn't is because I let them play music, and I got a call from the cops that the music was so loud and that it sounded like it was a party going on over there.
What about a computer, though, to do his homework or research or...
Your Honor, I wouldn't even mind that if he would just ask about it, but he wants to sneak things in there. I come, there's trash all everywhere, like that's his home, like he lives there, and it's not his home, it's his job.
All right, so you are, and deservedly so, she's the boss. She has a right to be a stickler, right? She has a right to be demanding. I get it. Sometimes we have to deal with that, right? We all have to deal with bosses. We learn, we live and learn. So then what happened? Why are we here today? David is a hardworking security night watchman for you.
Yes.
He might not be as polished as you want him to be. You leave your wrappers on the floor, which you shouldn't do. I'm sure your mother taught you that. So what's the problem?
The problem is, Your Honor, I hired him to secure the place.
Okay.
I call twice a night. That's my routine. I know I'm a stickler, but I call twice a night just to see that he's up and around and alert. So I called the first time, he didn't answer the phone. I said, well, maybe he's doing his round, because I only have one phone in the house. It's in the front. And so the second time I called, he didn't answer again.
What time do you call usually?
I called around, usually I call around 1 o'clock.
In the morning?
In the morning, yes.
Oh my God, okay.
Yes.
Do you care that they sleep, that the night watchman sleeps?
Well, if you are a night watchman, I feel like you should be watching.
Okay.
Am I correct about that?
Okay,
Yeah.
but would it be logical to think that once in a while they're going to snooze?
That's why I call, to make sure that they're not snoozing.
I got you. Okay, you want them to do your job, you're paying them to be up.
And I don't want to be there watching them do their job. I just, you know, politely,
all right, so you call at 1, then you call at 1:30, he doesn't answer.
He doesn't answer. So when I call so I give him another hour, I call at 2:30, he still doesn't answer. I said, well, yeah. So I'm like, you see how she looked at you? That's how I was looking.
Did you hear the phone? Wait, one second,
go ahead.
1 second.
I'm sorry.
Did you hear the phone, David?
No, I didn't.
Because you know she's going to call you, right?
Yeah.
So did you hear the phone?
No, I didn't.
Why? Why didn't you hear the phone?
I was asleep.
And coming up.
It's irreplaceable,
How do you think you did this, David?
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that?
No, I didn't.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. We're back with the case of Donna Withers, who is suing David Angelo for the cost of an antique patchwork quilt.
Why? Why didn't you hear the phone?
I was asleep.
You were asleep. Okay, so you get there at 2:30.
I get there at 2:30 in the morning, Your Honor. I walk in, I'm looking around. It's a 5-bedroom home. I got to check 5 bedrooms to find him. So he's in the last bedroom. He's laying on the bed, on a 100-year-old bed, with my blanket, like he's Linus, sucking his thumb, curled in a ball, just snoring.
Not true.
You should.
I don't even suck my thumb.
You were sucking your thumb that night.
I don't even suck my thumb.
Listen, I took a picture. Anyway, he was sucking his thumb.
David, was that true?
I was not sucking my thumb. I was asleep. Though.
It's okay to admit if you're doing it anyway, but you were asleep, right?
Yes, I was asleep.
Let me see the quilt.
And Your Honor, I had it appraised.
And that's the receipt that I have here for $350.
Yes.
Is it to fix it? Because obviously it's irreplaceable.
It's irreplaceable, Your Honor.
How do you think you did this, David?
I didn't do that.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. Promotional consideration provided by...
You didn't do that?
No, I didn't.
You were sleeping
There
on
were
it.
already stains. There were already
Yes, I'm
some
talking
cuts. There were
about the
already
rip.
tours
I'm
and stuff that was
talking
there.
about the rip. How do you think you do that? Did you wear keys?
His belt buckle. I was there when he woke up.
Was it ripped when you sat
Yes,
down?
it was torn when
It
I
was ripped.
laid down.
He is lying, Your
when I
Honor.
fell asleep.
It was not ripped. When he woke up, he tore it, and then he lied and
think
said
she
he
did
did
it.
not. I tried to get it fixed because you cannot sew that in the seams and because it's ripped in the middle. So you can't even
think
replace
she
it.
did
It's
it.
irreplaceable.
She did it?
She's suing me. She's suing me because
Right.
she's upset that I touched it.
She
I
sued you
didn't
for
do that, Your Honor.
$350 because she did it,
Because-
right?
I believe
She
so.
has the time to sue you for this.
I believe so. She's
And you're
upset that
the
I
one who
touched
broke
it.
the rules, right?
By falling asleep and touching it, yes, I did. But I did not tear that, Your Honor.
Are you sure? Do you
Yes, I'm
remember?
sure.
Do you
If you're
remember?
asleep, how do you know if you didn't tear it?
Mrs. Withers.
I'm sorry.
You
I know
remember
'cause
you
when
were
I got
sworn in?
up, when I got up, it wasn't like that.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't believe you. Whether you intentionally or accidentally did it, you broke a rule. You slept and you slept on that, and that means you touched the antiques. You were not supposed to do it. Therefore, you're responsible to pay the $350.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $350.
You got to be more responsible, David. You got to follow the rules. You understand me?
You're the worst boss ever. I'm glad I don't work for you.
I'm glad you don't work for me either.
Plaintiff Stephen Munoz is suing Craig Matthews in the amount of $3,000 after Mr. Munoz says his nose was broken by Mr. Matthews in a sparring match at a boxing gym.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Christina Perez presiding. Please be seated. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bernard. So, Mr. Munoz, I understand that you are here today because you got into a fight with your cute little friend, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what happened. All the details.
So my ex-friend over here, because he was
Ex-friend.
ex-friend.
For the record.
He initially
Why?
tricked me into a situation where he intentionally broke my nose, and I was stuck with like a $3,000 hospital bill.
Okay,
Completely
explain
intentionally.
to me how he intentionally broke your nose.
Well, he thinks me and him have some beef because we're going after the same girl or whatever.
Oh, really?
But pretty
okay,
much,
give me details. Give me details.
he just said, you know, he could do me a favor, hook me up with a trainer. We get down to the gym. All three of us, we all start learning with this trainer, Heather, all right? So we're just training, we're boxing, we're doing our thing. And then him and her get all close. I don't know what's going on, but he starts hitting on her.
That's where all the hate came from, Your Honor. Heather and I had actually, we started to, I guess, adapt to one another, if you will.
Adapt. What's adapt to one another?
We had a growing relationship.
Oh, okay.
It was beyond flirting. if
Wow,
you
he
will.
has a girlfriend in Denver, Your Honor.
Actually, Your Honor, Heather and I had started a relationship, and that's the way that he got to meet Heather. Like, Heather was just a
Okay.
trainer at the gym until I introduced her to this guy over here.
Okay,
So,
okay.
as our relationship began to grow, you know, things were going in a positive direction for her and I. It seemed very promising for me.
So what's the problem with that?
Heather and I were friends, all right? So as a friend, she came to me. She was like, what's Craig up to? You know, is he single? Has he seen anyone? Is he interested? And I was honest. So to a friend, I just said, you know what? He has a girlfriend in Denver. I don't know what's up with them, but they're seeing each other.
Why did you bring it on yourself to basically say that to him if you were just acquaintances? Why don't you say, I don't know? Why don't you ask him?
Because he's
Well,
a hater, Your Honor.
No, she asked me
He's
a
a
question.
hater?
I'm going to be honest. If you ask me a question, then I'm going to answer
Were there
it.
any intentions of you actually, did you like Heather?
In love
I
with
don't see
head
why that
over
has anything to do with
heels,
the
Your Honor.
case.
Yeah?
But, you know what? I had a
Well,
thing
you
for
brought
Heather.
it up. What are you two brought it up? I'm just following
Your Honor,
your lead.
anytime I have feelings for a girl in the gym,
In the
per
gym.
se, he will encourage me to speak to her. He'd be like, yeah, man, she's bad. You need to go ahead
I'm
and
helping
say
him
some
out, all
words.
right? Look at him. He doesn't even
Whatever.
look like someone you want to approach.
I'm not even going to say
Those
nothing to
little,
you
He's
right
very
now. I'm just going to keep this
handsome.
moving.
Both of you are very handsome.
Yeah, a
So
little.
what's
Thank you,
what's
Your
the
Honor,
deal?
for my compliment.
Now.
guy.
Okay, so anyway, so then you told Heather the truth because you felt obligated to tell the truth. And what happened?
Well, I received a phone call one Saturday morning. Heather says to me, look, Craig, I think that you and I are going in the right direction. I really have a lot of feelings for you. I want to go to the next level, conjunction. But after having spoken to your boy, we can't do anything further from this point.
And
so
what
I
did
said,
she
what
say
is it?
he told him?
Yeah, I said, what is it that my boy said? She said that you have a girlfriend in Denver that you see every other weekend, if not 3 days of the week, because you're a player like that. So
just like that?
Just like that.
Is that how you said it? Just like that?
I didn't say, I don't remember exactly what I said. I was just being honest. I was just telling her the truth.
I didn't get any more details out of Heather. You know, I actually had hung the phone up at that point.
Did you tell her the truth at that point? Say
it was too late for that. I was furious. You know, I was like boiling point above.
Furious,
above
boiling
this
point.
world.
Yeah.
I was very angry.
Very angry. Okay.
That's just the honest to God truth. So
I like the honest to God truth.
I got, you know, I'm sworn in, Your Honor. I got to do that.
You got to do it.
What happens, Your Honor, is Heather had actually given me a copy of the keys to the gym. You know, I guess I've developed the habit of working out on Sundays when no one else is at the gym. So I exercised that privilege on one Sunday morning.
So this is where you got your nose broken, right?
Exactly.
Tell me what happened, Stephen.
So he gave me a call, and he was like, hey, you know, I got the keys to the gym, want to spar. We sparred like 12 times before, you know, it was light, it was playful.
And when you spar with somebody that you know doesn't have the experience that you spar, I mean, sparring is practice fighting, right? That's what it is. It's practice fighting.
It's practice fighting.
But do you know when there's somebody who's less skilled than you are?
Your Honor, he's no amateur, you know, and regardless of what it may appear to be, he can pack a punch. And we had been training together for about 6 months. So he was no, like, real amateur at this. So when
But you are better than he is.
I wouldn't say that I'm that much better than him.
Okay, but overall, I think we've established that Stephen was a beginner boxer, and you're the experienced one. And what happened?
So we were sparring, you know, it was light, it was chill, whatever. And then he starts throwing punches. He starts getting harder.
What's the difference between these punches than the punches you've seen him throw before?
Well, most of his punches are pretty sissy, you know, never too strong. But these were just full on, going for the face.
I keep forgetting I'm in the presence of adults. Oh, gosh, okay, go ahead.
And then pretty much I throw my hands up, and that means stop. We've done it a million times before. Throwing the hands up means stops. Goes for it, takes a second, punches me right in the face. I'm down, bleeding
Did you go like
on
this?
the floor.
I didn't get a chance to, like, pause like the Matrix and see him go like this. You know, at the time of, I was swinging, we were sparring. If he wanted to get out of the ring, he could have jumped over. You know, they do that in wrestling all the time.
Yeah, but this is not wrestling, it's boxing.
Coming up on Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez.
Your Honor, he's lying because he threw a punch, punched me right in the nose. I'm down. He looks at me and says, "That's what you get for putting your nose in other people's business."
And